Can an evangelical Christian vote for a Mormon to be president? That's a question that we have to explore. And exploring it, I want to look in particular at Mitt Romney's positions as it relates to government. I want to first deal with education, and we'll deal with it in at least two parts. Romney's official position is that he is going to promote choice and innovation in education in grades kindergarten through 12th. Here he believes that giving students who are trapped in bad schools an opportunity, a real alternative. But to do so, he says, it requires four things to try to improve the education of children. First, he says, such alternatives must exist. Secondly, parents must receive clear information about the performance of their current school and of the alternatives that are available to them. Third, that students must be allowed to move to a new school if they so choose. And fourth, parents must bring funding with them so the new schools can afford to serve them. Romney's reform achieve many of these objectives as he has proposed them. He also says that he need to allow low-income and special needs students to choose which school they want to attend. He says we need to make Title I and IDA funds portable so that eligible students can choose which school to attend and bring funding with them in that structure. This plan, he says, will allow the students to choose from any district public charter school or a private school where permitted by state law to use funds toward even tutoring if it is provided by an individual or through digital course study. He also maintains in his platform that we need to provide incentive for states to increase choices for parents and to develop quality alternatives. This requires states to adopt open enrollment policies for students who receive Title I and IDA funds and to eliminate caps on charter schools and digital school presentations. He also says that we need to build on the success of effective charter and digital schools. We need to amend the federal charter school program so that successful school management organizations can receive the funding to replicate their efforts, serve more students, and take their programs to a greater scale. He says that we also need to expand the DC Opportunity Scholarship Program to serve as a model for the nation. We need, in essence, he says, to reverse President Obama's efforts to eliminate this popular and effective program. Increase funding and raise caps on participation to allow more families to receive the benefits. He also says we need to ensure high standards and responsibility has to be a part of an accountability for results in education. Currently, there is little easily available data for parents about their children's school. Providing better information for parents will empower the parents to hold districts and states responsible for results in the education of their children. And when combined with increased parental choice, it gives them more control over their children's education, which is really important. Education ought to be run from the local level, not from 2,000 miles away in Washington, D.C., or 1,000 miles, or 500 miles, or even be 50 miles. It belongs to the parents. The parents have got to be more involved in education. This is something that Romney does believe in. This is something that even the Mormon Church believes. Parents must be involved in the life of their family and in the education and welfare of their children. Romney's reforms will improve transparency and give parents the information they need in order to ensure their children are getting a quality education. He also says that we need to reform No Child Left Behind by emphasizing transparency and responsibility. replace the federally mandated school interventions with a requirement that states create straightforward public report cards that evaluate each school on its contribution in student learning and reveal those testing results to the public. He also argues that we need to have recruiting and rewarding of teachers. A school is only as strong, he says, as its teachers. But the most promising teachers often find it difficult to reach the classroom door or even receive recognition for their efforts once inside. Romney's reforms on education smooth the path for a talented group of individuals to join the profession and shape the next generation of American students. He also argues that we need to attract and reward these teachers through increased flexibility and block grants. By that he means we need to consolidate the numerous and overlapping federal teacher quality programs, offer state flexibility block grants if they adopt policies to advance and reward teacher quality, such as eliminating or reforming teacher tenure and establishing evaluation systems that focus on effectiveness in advancing student achievement. In essence, what he means is what we have to do in this area of education is we've got to get away from allowing teachers, when they reach tenure, that they cannot be fired. You see, the problem in education today is we have teacher unions. The teacher unions basically protect the teachers, good or bad. Their job is to protect their position. They are not promoting the welfare of the child, but they're promoting the welfare of the vocation of teaching. But we need teachers who can become more effective and be rewarded and advanced in their quality of training and education that they give the children. And let the result of the outcome of that teaching, as demonstrated by student capabilities and student outcomes in testing and skills, be that medium by which we determine the quality of the teacher and retaining him or dismissing him from the educational system, to ensure that every teacher is meeting the standard norm in educating and demonstrating through their teaching that our children are being properly educated. We'll take this question up of education and Romney's position in our next presentation.